Myself and my business partner Mark set up Mobius in March 2010, and our vision is to create a new high-performance dinghy sailing brand which develops products that are scientifically proven to enhance performance. So we're trying to create a distinctive brand which actively engages customers and involves them in shaping and driving innovation. And fundamental to our design process is working with academics and the knowledge base, understanding the physiology of the sport and developing products which respond to that. Some of the most rewarding aspects of the process have been winning the University's Business Ideas Challenge. And that provided us with some finance which we used to base the business in the university's pre-incubation space. It's a professional working environment, so it gives us a lot of credibility with potential customers, suppliers and investors. One of the most rewarding aspects has been working with undergraduate students. So we set a live brand development exercise for some of the graphic communication and typography undergraduates at Plymouth, and they were working on our brief as part of their coursework. We've also been working with sports physiologists and gaining access to the laboratories and having them undertake research which is relevant to product development. We've also tapped into enterprise voucher funding at the university, and that's allowed us to subsidise the cost of engaging the university across a number of areas. Over the longer term, we're looking to work more closely with Poole Innovation Centre and incorporate the business down there. So my business partner Mark won a place on Unlocking Cornish Potential's graduate business startup scheme. It is a fantastic scheme. It's provided a combination of training and mentoring, kind of ongoing support to the business. It's allowed us to bring in specialist advice across a number of areas, everything from branding to social media. I think there's probably a perception that there isn't much in the way of support available for startup businesses, and I think that's probably certainly true in terms of hard cash. There's not much in the way of grant funding. However, there's a huge amount of public sector support that tends to be more in terms of mentoring, advice and guidance. It's not always obvious where to source it, but I think that's improving. The University of Plymouth has a particularly strong enterprise culture. It's becoming increasingly easy to engage with the university and understand where and how it might be able to offer support. So we have a centralised point of contact, the Enterprise Solutions Service, and that's one telephone number and one email address that can be used to effectively route your inquiry through the internal system. I think probably key to work to kind of engaging the public sector in this way is understanding that it's a two-way street. Universities are increasingly moving towards an enterprise agenda and supporting businesses, but I think they're undertaking a kind of learning process themselves. So I think businesses have to be sympathetic to that. You need to try and find a sort of win-win in the relationship, so there needs to be some either academic interest or value to the project. I would say it's easier to work with students, although the results are slightly unpredictable, but it's good, and actually getting a kind of fresh perspective on what you're doing and working with people who haven't been blinkered or become too cynical from working in industry is very refreshing, and they're not afraid to ask kind of difficult and challenging questions about what you're doing and challenge your own assumptions. So it's quite rewarding in that sense. Working with experts from across the CUC partnership has allowed us to develop a good initial idea into a credible business proposition. And we've been able to draw on a whole range of expertise which has allowed us to start to build a distinctive brand which actively engages customers and involves them in shaping and driving innovation, as well as refining a robust business plan that's going to give our business the best chance of success and also allow us to seek investment.